Professor Anton, watched your video on YouTube, and there are a lot of points about it, but that's one thing I wanted to touch on. And that's the way you sort of relate it to capitalism and talk about the commodification of ourselves or of our videos, and um, the way that our ideas are packaged and sold as commodities. Um, and frankly, I'm a little confused as to why I should be upset about that. Yeah, a lot of. I mean, I think there's. I have a lot of criticisms about the capitalist system, but there's a lot of just sort of reflexive anti-capitalism in a lot of people, where if someone's making a buck off of it, then they immediately smell corruption, or or they think it's just the most terrible thing in the world. Like, but money is not the root of all evil. They say the love of money is the root of all evil, but even there, I'd say it's money as the ultimate end that I think is money above all other values, that is the root of all evil. And so for me, I don't necessarily see it as bad that advertisers would maybe promote YouTube videos. I mean, and also what's great with all of the Google ads is that ads are kind of tailor made to the sort of audience that a particular audience particular viewers might want. Yeah, I've noticed on Matt's channel, I often see advertisements for some of the binaural beats, holosync, that to aid in meditation. And I've actually been wanting to look into that. I can't afford it right now, but I mean that's a useful service. I mean, that kind of advertising. Yeah, and is selling your ideas really so bad? I mean, you, Professor Anton, are a published author, which I aspire to be as well. And I can only assume that you earn some sort of royalties from book sales. And so your ideas are being commodified and sold and being consumed. And I don't know if you consider that a bad thing. I certainly don't. I think that it's great to be able to earn a living by spreading your ideas. I certainly find that more humanizing than the job that I do now. I mean, I feel like I'm more relevant on YouTube than I am at work. Yeah, and I like even though I don't have nearly as many subscribers as a lot of the people that I subscribe to, it's I still know that my ideas reach a certain audience, that's interested to hear me, and I think that's a great thing. I go home after shooting a video, see most of my videos with 5 stars on them, and you realize, hey, a lot of people not only watched my ideas but liked them. So, I don't see what all the fuss is about just commodification. I mean, if I have to commodify my ideas in order to make a living off of my ideas, instead of working for some other employer doing what they think is important, I'll go with the path that seems to that's that uses my own talents and my own ideas, to be able to spread the world. I think that I'm in that the rest of the work world is far more restrictive of my true talents and abilities than than YouTube and their sort of commodification of ideas. So, I mean, I'm sure that I'm probably misinterpreting you in some way, and be glad if you correct that. But in a sense, I'm not fully talking to you. I'm talking to a general sensibility in a lot of people where I just see it as sort of knee jerk anti capitalism without a lot of explanation. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't see anything inherently wrong with commodification or advertising or any of that. Um, it's just there's definitely abuses in those, but uh, if if some some brilliant ideas get spread and knowledge disperses to the masses, and they're all inspired to change the way they think, I think that's great. And if in the system someone has to make a buck off it, then so be it. I'm totally fine with that. So I guess that's my thoughts for now. Peace.